Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Niko Petrides, who just won MPP welterweight title. Hello, Niko. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. And actually, in February, you won, I think that probably one of the biggest fights of your career, because first of all, you fought against a really good opponent. And second of all, you won a title. So if you can tell me how happy are you that you won this fight and actually I think that your career is going into a really good direction. So there probably will be like more options for you.
Yeah, it was I'm extremely happy, it just shows that all my hard work's paying off and I'm taking the right steps and moving in the right direction. It just I moved down to South Florida to train an American top team last year and it was my second fight with them and it just shows how much I've grown and that I am making the leaps and bounds I need to make to take my career to the next step. So I'm happy, but it's just another stepping stone in my career to get to the next fight and to continue to grow as a mixed martial artist.
And it was like a championship fight, and you won in the fourth round. And do you like this kind of experience that you are like preparing yourself not for 15 but for 25 minutes?
Yeah, it was something else, get going into the fourth round, being able to dig deep and still find a finish. I was landing some big shots earlier in the round and he was a tough kid and but just to go out there and impose my will and show them and show everyone that I have knockout power, whether it's the first round or the fifth round, and I'm always hunting for that finish. I'm never escaping for a decision. If you look at all my wins, they're all by finish, one submission, four knockouts, and that's kind of how I made my career. Is I want to knock people out, and I want to show people that I truly can be the best in the world on any given night.
And I actually think that this is the thing that can help you because you are not only winning but also doing this in like a really good fashion. And I think that like even UFC likes not only fighters who won their fights but who can like create this kind of moments like highlights moment like vicious knockouts or even like submissions. So I think that because of it, this is one of the like advantages of your style.
Yeah, if you even in my amateur career, if you go look at any of my fights, I'm never in a boring fight. I think I went to decision maybe twice. I said it on the microphone after the fight. I'm here to knock people out. I kind of got into the sport a little bit late. I started training when I was 25 years old. I come from an athletic background, thank goodness, but I'm here to come out here and make a statement. I want exciting fights. I want fun fights, and I want fast finishes. And even if it has to go to the fourth or fifth round, I just want to show people I can finish people when it needs to be done.
And how old were you when you started your like overall combat sport journey?
26. I'm 28 years old, 26 years old, 25. I might have been 25 going into 26. I took my first amateur fight, I think, in 2022. So I just started.
So it's no, this is not like you have some kind of wrestling background or something like this.
I wrestled for a year when I was in like I was in middle school, but I played baseball and football in college. I've always been a competitive guy, athletic. I played high level football in college. I played high level baseball, and then after that, I wasn't ready to be done competing, and I found the sport of MMA, and it's kind of all she wrote from there.
And it's actually like totally different sports, but I think that you definitely can take this kind of crazy discipline from other sports, and of course you are not punching in the head in like baseball, let's say, but in the end you have to be like super disciplined to be on the highest level. So I think that definitely it can be like super helpful for you.
Yeah, most definitely. Playing other sports and high level sports. It was a job I've been doing this since I was a little kid competing on a high level. I know it wasn't combat sports, but it was, wake up at 8 in the morning, go train, go to school, come back, train. Like, so I'm very fortunate enough from where I'm from in Ohio. It was instilled that work ethic was instilled in me since I was a young kid in the discipline. So it just kind of translated, and now it just feels like it's a part of my everyday life now.
So ATT is it like the first MMA gym that you went to?
I started my career in Durham, North Carolina, Elevate MMA Academy, and I love all those guys back there. They were awesome, helped me build my career. But I knew that if I wanted to be the best, and I wasn't just, I never took fighting as just a hobby or something like that. I did it because I want it to be my job. It's how I want to provide for myself and my family. And I just genuinely love the fight. And I wanted to test myself with the best guys in the world. And ATT is the best gym in the world. I'm surrounded by nothing but killers, and not only killers, great people. I can honestly say, like, I've met people in the past year, and my teammates that will be friends with me all my life that have went out of their way to help me and grow my career, and it's just truly the greatest gym in the world.
And about training in ATT, because in the end, like a lot of like top level fighters go to the gym, and like there are like world champions or super experienced fighter, and you didn't have this kind of experience. So did you start to train in like a different kind of group with like fighter a little bit less experienced?
No, I'll never forget my first day in there was a Thursday, and it was sparring day, and I got thrown right into the fire. I kind of went. I don't want to say I went in there with a chip on my shoulder, but I definitely was. I was nervous. First 2, 3 weeks, I went from a small gym to where I was, I was good. I was better than a lot of the guys, or if not, like, I could get away with things that I couldn't get away at a high level. And with that being said, I went in there and I found out the hard way, 2 weeks, but I'm very blessed and fortunate. I found a group of guys that, kind of took me in under my wing, introduced me to other teammates, other coaches, and like I owe them the world if I could give them the world. Like they showed me the ropes and they continue to help me out. Like I said, being very new in this sport, I still have a lot of questions and there's a lot of things I still do wrong. But anytime I have a problem, I can reach out to those guys and they steer me in the right direction.
And it's probably almost like all fighters, it's like the book of knowledge that you can ask, and that they have like answers for probably everything, because it's like such a high level. So it's probably like crazy that you can pick like this sparring partner will be for one session, other for other session. And it's like hard to imagine something better than this.
Yeah, it's like uh there's an old saying when I played baseball that said, no baseball swings the same. And it's kind of like fighting. No fighter is the same, but what's so cool is you're surrounded by so many high level guys that are so like they're not only are they well rounded in everything, but there's stuff that they're really really good at. And there hasn't been a teammate or a fighter that I haven't been able to sit down with and been like, hey, can you help me here and show me this? And it's so cool that I can grab all these different areas from this game and apply them in my game. I'm not a massive grappler, but I can go grab a grappler and learn some cool tricks, or there's some striking things. Like, everyone at that gym wants to see you do well, and they will do whatever they can to help you and put you in that position. And when the favor needs to be returned, I'm the same way. When guys need tall guys to spar with, because I am 6'3", like, I'm the first one jumping at, just because like it's experience for me, but like they help me, so I know it's my turn to help them.
Yes, and like I mentioned before, you have this kind of crazy styles that can create this like great moments for defense. And actually, I saw that on your Instagram that you had a photo with Edson Barboza, and for me, he is this kind of person. So of course, like spinning wheel kick, or even like the two knockouts wins by low kicks. This is like this kind of moments.
Yeah, Edson was he was actually the first guy they asked me to when I got down to the gym, they asked me to help him with his camp when he fought Jalen Turner because they needed a tall, lanky guy. And then after that, it was just like I was just like I was like starstruck because I was like I watched this guy growing up, like this was one of my idols. And then after 25 minutes of sparring, 15 minutes of sparring, he was the first person to sit down with me and be like, hey, you should try this, or hey, this works and helps me. And like now, two of my buddies like Grant Dawson and Christian Turner, who's fighting actually tonight, like I will sit there and like anytime we're watching UFC fights, I'll text them and be like, hey man, did you see that? You showed me that the other day in the gym. Like it's just honestly so cool because like not only are they helping me, but like that gym's it's honestly words can't do it justice, just how amazing it is.
And what do you think should be next for you now? Because I think that you have this kind of momentum on your side. You have really good wins right now. So do you have a like timeline for near future in your career?
Yeah, I can't say much about it, but I did sign a contract for May 30th to fight, which is it's going to be a pretty good fight and it's a move in the right direction. At the end of the day, the UFC is the goal, and that's just one of the small goals, right? I do want to become one of the best fighters in the world or the best fighter that I possibly can be. But with that being said, getting into this game a little bit late, I need to keep racking up these wins. So, what I plan to do this year is I'm going to fight until I can't, until they can't deny me a shot on the contender series or into the UFC. So if I'm healthy, I'm fighting. I've already fought in February. I'd like to get three more in this year. And not only that, I want to get three more finishes. I would love to be, 8-2, 9-2 with nine finishes, just to say, hey, I'm going through this gauntlet. Like, I'm not saying give me a chance, but like I earned my chance with what I'm doing. So, um, I'm just here to show up every single day, get 1% better, and hopefully, keep lining these fights up and keep knocking people out and moving in the right direction.
And actually, this game is kind of crazy because sometimes you can like even lose a fight, and just like one year later you can be UFC fighter, or there were like cases that there was like pro fighter for like 1.5 or 2 years, something like this, and he from nothing he was like a UFC fighter. So I think that the good thing is just to be ready, just to be focused, and sometimes these things can happen like short notice fight or some other big opportunity, and you for now you are definitely doing your part. You are winning the fights.
Yeah, if I'm scheduled to fight and everything, I'm focused on that fight. But one of the best things about like being at ATT is that I'm pretty much in camp year round. I travel a little bit here and there when other guys fight or stuff like that to go help them out. But I train Monday through Saturday, 6 days a week, every week. And if I'm not here, I'm still training like that other places. But I'm around those guys, so whether it's and I keep my weight pretty much in check too very well. So whether it's 2 weeks or a 12-week camp, I know I can make weight and I can be ready just because that's how I train year round.
And after your fight, quite how quickly you are back in the gym?
I was back in the gym the week after. I love it. I love this sport. It's so humbling, and not only that, the I have such a willingness to learn. I know I'm not where I need to be, and I believe I do have potential in this sport. And I work really hard, but I just want to get back in there and I just want to learn. I want to pick these guys' brains. I want to watch it. And even I took I think I took like 2 days off. But to just like heal up a little bit, but I was still in the gym watching sparring, learning, because even if I can't do it, I can sit there and be around these guys and I can learn from these guys, and just being at that gym and around the gym, just like that's all I want to do. That's where I want to be.
Yes, it's probably even great just to see or just watch some like drills, training session. Even if you really can't or don't want to train, let's say after the fight, because you still can pick a lot of things just watching fighters.
Yeah, one of my favorite thing is after, training sessions, we'll sit there for an hour just sitting there talking about stuff and trying new stuff and experimenting and stuff like that. Like just the atmosphere is incredible. Like you can't walk, you could have the worst day in the world and you walk in that gym and it just lifts you up just because of how amazing that atmosphere is.
And you are definitely this kind of like fighter who finished the fights. And do you have like maybe some knockout or submission, some finish that you would like to win your fight with?
Yeah, it's crazy. Four knockouts, one submission. And the only reason the submission happened is just because the guy wanted to talk trash and say I can't wrestle. So I decided to do that and throw the game plan out the window. I probably could have knocked him out too. But I'm kind of riding high on these head kicks. I have a lot of two head kicks that have set up stuff. But I don't go in there with a specific way. I wait for my opportunity, and when I see my opportunity, if I can, I know if I can find someone's chin, I can put their lights out. I do possess I believe, a power that can do that at 170. So I'm going in there this next fight and the fights after that. I'm gonna wait for my opportunity and wait for my shot. And I'm gonna capitalize when I can and put their lights out.
You are just this kind of exciting fighter, and the one fight was announced like a few days ago. It's actually not in the UFC, but on the Netflix card, Nate Diaz against Mike Perry, and this is also this kind of fighters who are going for the finish. And in this fight, what do you think will happen?
It's funny because Mike Perry's they call what do they call him, the king of violence. Like he's just he's a crazy dude. But I feel like you can't count out Nate Diaz. Every time he's been written off, or you feel like he's been written off, or you feel like that he shouldn't have won. He comes out and finds a way to get it done. Like against Leon Edwards, he got dominated and still found that opportunity to go in there. And so honestly, I think it will be a fun fight, but I don't know how much Nate Diaz has been in the gym, so I guess we'll see how that one pans out.
Yes, it's actually just hard to say because Nate didn't fight for a while, and of course Mike is fighting only bare knuckles. So in MMA, it's like a lot of question marks for now.
Yeah, so it should be an exciting fight. I think that between the UFC and some of these other organizations, there's a lot of fights planned this year that I'm really excited to pan out and see how they play out.
And are you happy about like White House card?
It's funny. I'm a fight fan. I get it. Like some people are like, I don't even watch it because I train so much and everything. I like it. I even UFC fight nights, I watch the card. I, I love the card. I love that they're doing what they're doing. I think there could have been a little bit different matchups. Like I think the problem was they hyped it up so much that no matter who they put on the card, I don't know if it was going to live up to that expectation. But they do have a couple fights that I have circled that I'm really excited to watch. So we'll see how that goes.
Yes, I would agree that the card as the like fight card is really good, but there were a lot of like thoughts about like maybe John Jones, maybe Conor McGregor. There were a lot of like this kind of things. So overall, it's a really good card, but like fans expected something more special.
Yeah, I agree.
And outside of the fight game, when you are not in the gym, what do you like to do when you have a little bit more free time?
That's hard because I am at the gym. I'm in the gym so much. I moved down to South Florida, so I brought my dog down here. So I spend a lot of time with my dog, whether it's going to the beach, being outside, going on walks. If not, even that, just being around the guys. If we're not at the gym, we get together, whether we go out to eat or we just hang out. It's like I said, I don't even want to call them my teammates and my friends because they're truly more like family. Like these are my brothers, and I know like for the rest of my life. So it just kind of other than that, just be around them. I keep real good company around me, but other than that, I'm in South Florida. Enjoy the sun, enjoy the beach. If but everyone's like, "Oh, you're by the beach, you go all the time." I'm at the gym all the time, so it's very hard for me to do that.
And are you stressed before your fights? Because in the end, in the gym, you can like spar and train with world-class fighters, and you are there also always will be like better fighters in the gym than in the cage. But in the end, like atmosphere is a little bit different. So are you stressed before your fights?
It's weird. I don't get stressed or nervous. I actually get excited. When I fight, I feel like it's the one time when that cage door closes that I get to express myself and be who I am. It feels like the whole world stops around me, and I just get to be free for that however many minutes I'm in that cage. I don't have to answer to anyone. I don't have a problem in the world. It actually feels stress free. It feels like for the first time in a long time, I get to just, be me. I get to express myself. I get to, it's like poetry in motion. Like I get to display this beautiful act of violence, but in a very beautiful way. So I really don't get stressed. I doesn't bother me. I feel like it's more stressful going through the camp and getting ready than it is the fight. The cutting weight and all that stuff, that's the hard part. The fighting part's the fun part.
And because you said that it's like a great feeling to be in the cage, are you sometimes a little bit maybe not disappointed, but let's say sad that you won your fight so quickly that you didn't have a chance to like enjoy it a little bit more?
Earlier on in my career, I was just like I was always getting in firefights. I was never in a dog fight. I was a brawler. I just like the brawl, and we'll see whose chin came out, untouched. But the more my career goes on, and the more about being a professional that I learned, I've learned that we don't get paid by the hour. So if I can go in there and finish it in a minute, I'm gonna go finish it in a minute because that paycheck's gonna be the same thing whether it was a minute or 15 minutes. So it's not sad. It's just though I used to look at it like that, but now it's just like, hey, thank God I'm healthy. I can get out of here and sign another fight and get back in there.
Yes, and in the end, like every second, it's like a risk that something bad can happen. So probably the sooner the better.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. You want to get in there and take as little to no damage as possible, and then get back in there another time. You don't want to be in there taking damage.
Okay, Nico. So many thanks for the time and for conversation. I hope that you will be like busy this year. You will win a few more, and maybe like next year something like super big will happen. Maybe UFC, maybe another like big opportunity for you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.